Hello, I'm Kirsty and this is Dulcie and we're from Cardmaking and Papercraft magazine, and we're going to show you how to make this. It's a never-ending card. It sounds and looks very complicated, but you'll be surprised how easy it is to make. Do you want to show how it works, Dul?
It's very clever. Never-ending card. It flips over and over and over again until it comes back to the beginning. And you can see, here we come back to the beginning, and you can carry on again and again. But amazingly, although this looks incredibly complicated, it's actually very easy to make, as Kirsty said, and this is actually made from just 4 pieces of card. Now, to make this card, I'm going to show you how to make it. You want 4 pieces of card. Each of these are 20 centimetres tall by 10 centimetres wide, and what you need to do is score each of these pieces of card at 5 centimetres in from the top and 5 centimetres in from the bottom, scored horizontally. So there's a score line going across here and across here, and this is identical on each of the 4 pieces of card. Here I've got 2 different colours, but you can do them all the same. You can choose any colours you like. And the other important thing is to, when you score your card, is to make sure you score both ways. So I'm just going to finish this one off here. Make sure, take your bone folder, score it that way, and then you turn it over and then score it the other way. You wouldn't do this with a normal card base, but for a never-ending card you need it to be able to flip easily. So I'm just going to finish it off with the other side on this card.
So that's nice heavy cardstock you're using.
Yes, when you make a never-ending card, it's good to choose good quality cardstock. You want it to be quite thick and durable so it can withstand the sort of folding and constant flipping, because obviously the person you give it to is going to want to play with it and they'll be really amazed with it, so you want it to last. And when you've made these 4 pieces of paper, you're going to place the first set, and I've already placed the double side. I'll explain about double-sided tape in just a second. So you place them, I'm placing them this way around actually, place them right next to each other. I'm going to leave a tiny bit of gap, just maybe like a millimetre. This will make it easier, give it a little bit of leeway when it comes to flipping. The clever thing is when I attach these pieces, you want these, say if I explain, these pieces are going vertically. The pieces which you attach on top will go horizontally, and that is the clever thing about a never-ending card. They're simply going to be attached on top, and where you attach them is on the 4 corners of the piece of card. So you want it to be exactly half. So because this is a 5 centimetre score, you want it to be in just this little square. So it's a 5 centimetre square on each corner of the card. And I've used adhesive dots. You can use double-sided tape. You can use glue if you like glue. So I'm going to go the exciting route with the adhesive dots.
And you probably actually want to measure with a ruler, and actually you could draw out the 5 centimetre square that you're going to attach your glue to.
The measuring and the cutting is quite important to make sure that it's as precise as possible, because you want the card to be able to flip over. So,
and that's really the key to the success of this card, isn't it?
Absolutely,
it's getting the measurements right and making sure it's really well scored, and then it will work.
Aligning it carefully. So I'm going to have the green side.
Concentrate there.
Concentrate, yes, it's concentrating time. I'm going to place this, and I'm going to be very, very careful. I'm going to start by placing this corner on the side and just check. It's worth taking your time over this bit because it will be difficult if it doesn't. And I think that's straight, so I'm going to press it down properly, and that's in place.
And if you do make a little bit of a mistake, it's not the end of the world.
No, they're always
you can trim off. We'll show you in a minute.
Yes,
you can trim off and rectify the problem. You'll know straight away if you've made a mistake, because when you try to flip the card, it'll stick and it won't flip easily.
So I've now attached this top one. I'm just going to attach the bottom piece again with the tape. So I'm taking the strips of tape off.
And the great thing about this card is that you've then got lots and lots of different areas to decorate, and really you can do anything you like. Obviously here we've got Make-A-Wish butterflies and fairies, but this idea lends itself really well to being used with photographs. You could create a little story, a thank you card, for example, if you want to say thank you for a child's birthday present. Include some lovely photos of your child playing with the present, or an anniversary card would work really well.
Absolutely, they're all, you can really be totally creative with it. So, fingers crossed, I've done
the moment of truth.
The moment of truth, yes. Now I've stuck these down. Let's turn it over and let's see if it works. Oh, this is the first time I've done it, so you may need to do a little bit of scoring again. It's not scoring quite right. And then opens up again. Oh, do a little bit more scoring again. Make sure that it will open properly. And then again. And again.
And there you
back
go.
to the beginning. Oh, it's actually, that's pretty good for, oh. Now this is, sometimes you can get issues with, say if there's one piece, one panel, say here, you can see a little bit here, there's, this panel is just catching on the other one. It's quite common with a Neverending card, and what you can do is, if you find that one panel is a little bit longer and that's why it's catching, you can trim it off. Or just trim like a tiny bit off to give it that little bit extra, like a millimetre extra, so it will slide past the next panel without catching.
And would you do that in a guillotine or a trimmer?
You could use, yeah, you can use a guillotine, or like a sharp pair of scissors is quite good as well. I might try and just see if I can work out which one here is providing. I think it's this little panel here. So again, yeah, you can see that this little panel here is, it's just a little bit overlapping that one. So what I do is just trim off with a trimmer, like a sort of a millimetre or so off there, and that will fix that kind of thing. And once you've made that and your card is flipping, then you can have fun with the decorating. And as I say, we've got, you know, this card here has been decorated with stamp panels and daisies and all sorts, but like Kirsty was saying, you can really go to town and make a card with messages to do whatever, you know, suit it to whatever occasion you like.
Well, one thing to just be aware of is a nice way to decorate is to actually create these little panels like this and then attach them. But just make sure that when you attach them, they are just slightly smaller than your square, because obviously otherwise you'll be creating problems for yourself when you flip.
Or if they are the same size, make sure that make sure that they're trimmed again, because that will affect the. Just make sure they don't overlap, so they don't catch on the card.
And there you go. So
there you go. Yeah,
have fun. Thank you. Bye bye.